After rallying from 20 to 30k, Bitcoin slowed down and traded sideways for a while before falling back down to 27k and climbing right back up to 30. The community as a whole remains bullish, albeit not by much. The future looks bright for the digital gold. For those looking for high-risk, high-reward projects, we've dug up a new gem straight from the depths of the internet boards with the 10x potential we always snipe for. Welcome back to Crypto Invest Club. My name is Joey and I will be your new host as our team grows, with Maxim now focused on analyzing the market and finding good secret things. Before we dive into today's video, I want to make it clear that I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. It's essential to do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions. Essentially, do your own homework. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hodl that sub like your favorite coin. First, a quick recap of the last project we covered, FlexMeme. The dynamic meme coin project has been hard on the campaign trail, giving away thousands of dollars worth of FlexMeme tokens, which has brought them many new followers and millions of views and likes all over TikTok. Side note, be careful with DMs on Telegram. The staff of FlexMeme and really virtually any crypto project will never contact you first. All official updates can be found in their respective Telegram and Twitter channels, so don't get scammed and hodl your replies, friends. Most excitingly, right after the campaign, FlexMeme launched at 2 PM UTC on the 26th of April and thousands jumped on the hype trail. Will it really 10x or even 100x in the near future? We'll see. Before we get to the main topic of today's video, PepePal, let's take one more quick look at elsewhere, the current situation on the boards and the market. The spotlight is on the frog meme Pepe. I'm not talking about the OG meme token some might remember from 2014 ancient history in internet time, but the new one where one particular trader was able to turn just $25 into over 800k. It soared over 21,000% and reached 30 million in trading volume on UniSwap with a total market cap of 146 million according to CoinMarketCap. Just as the red hat of the coin's frog mascot predicted, Pepe has made the meme coins great again. For how long remains to be seen, but the hype is strong. Now on to PepePal or PepePal, the quote, place for culture of people of culture. The project supports a Pepe the frog theme with a play on the PayPal brand with the goal of, quote, friends being friends. The website is simple and admittedly a little bit wacky, but it gets the job done with speed clearly being favored here. As the website states, we can find PepePal on UniSwap and PepX, an exchange launched by PepePal coming this Friday, 28th of April at 9 AM UTC, with many more listings planned. Next, I went on to their Telegram and did not only find a lot of good information, but also secured an exclusive straight-to-the-point interview with the project's lead developer and 2 actual Parrots. More on that later. The community of PepePal is, with around 500 people, rather small, but all of them are highly active on not just the Telegram, but 4chan as well. There's about 1 to 3 purchases of the PepeCoin worth around $500 per day, which is quite a lot considering the size of the community and how hidden it is. PepePal plans many features, including yield farming, but until now, the project remained, as mentioned, very hidden from even CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. And I myself only found it through a little hidden place called 4chan. However, this is almost a complete lack of marketing, which will change very soon, and could easily be the quiet before the storm with the imminent listing. This project is definitely a 10x plus candidate, and not only that, it is transparent. When a large amount of liquidity was removed from the Uniswap pool, the lead dev immediately addressed it. Let's take a look at the chart. Most transactions of PepePal happen with VETH or wrapped Ethereum. Overall, the coin is currently crabbing or going sideways with a tendency upwards. Remind you, this is all pre-listing and virtually no marketing. In time for the listing, however, things will change when PepePal is hosting a Twitter contest. To take part, you need to hold 666 PepePal. After checking in with Mr. Lead Dev later, P2B is the best option, but for now, it'll be best to go with DEX Tools or Uni. So let's head over to Uni. We can get the link by typing Uniswap, which will trigger the bot inside the group, the Telegram group. Given the low volume, we need to start by setting a rather high slippage of, say, 3%. That will also increase the transaction deadline. This is the MEV bot, or maximum extractable value bot tax, so to speak. A low value coin simply always costs you. These bots look for transactions where people effed up and use too much slippage. So not really any way around it. Asked in the group, same opinion there. A quick check on the transaction and clicking confirm, going with my lucky number 555. Sorry friends for not choosing 666. And well, 3% still failed. So let's try 3.2%. And there we go. And now we have plenty of PepePal for this contest ready. Could have gone 3 times less, but what else, friends. Now we need to like, retweet, and reply. Don't forget to make some memes too, and lastly promote. But for now, let's dive deeper. The interview with the lead developer. Hi, what? I want to cover PepePal for our next video on the 600k YouTube channel Crypto Invest Club. Can you share all about the project and what's next with me? Cheers. Morning, brother. Good morning. Can you tell me all about how you guys got started, who's doing what, and so on? We can hop on a call, or you could send me a voice message. Would be awesome for the video.
Hey Joey, we've all been in DeFi for a while. A few of us met through previous projects, others we've met through just social channels. After all the SBF and Luna stuff in 22, we started looking at the direction the market was heading and we really didn't like it. So, DeFi can offer us a future where we're truly in charge of our own worth. If we want to stay that way, we have to build that future ourselves before regulators and scammers make it impossible.
Out of curiosity, what is that animal at 9 seconds? It sounds like some kind of bird. And at 1 second. And if I could ask just one question, and I know this is a bit of an interview cliche, but it means a lot when it comes from the team itself. What sets you guys apart? And if two, why Pepe?
Myself, I've been working on just about everything we're doing to an extent. The team and community have named me lead dev, so more often than not, I spend my time working on marketing. We're working right now to get someone into the marketing role full time, so I can get back into dev work more heavily. IRS is our main blockchain guy. He spends all day working on contracts and expanding the DEX. His goals right now are to get the farms and perps up and running after we get more liquidity added. Meatball is our full stack guy. Sorry. He's been focusing on building our sex hardware, but I know he's also working on our social platform at the moment. So it's like I've really got to we got to sit down and do a team meeting because we just have so much working at the moment. And then we got Blaze. He's really the youngest guy on our team. He's working on game design full time. Here lately, he's been working on some of the AI solutions that we'll be offering on the platform in the future. He's been clutch in that regard. So, and then, we got the community. Really with a project like this, it's really understated how much the community matters in any successful project, really. And the artists who've been joining us so far really understand the end goals on this, and better than most people, which makes it a really comfy environment. And then, so that gives us, our team as a whole is really well-rounded. I do a lot of the front end and UI work, but it's something I've been lacking on lately just because I've been going so much into the marketing side. But I can't wait to have more time to get back on that, start polishing everything we've already worked on. Oh yeah, those are my parrots in the background. They're right next to me. So, what sets us apart? It's the fact that we're artists and actual devs. We're not out here just doing a shipment token and trying to market it. We've been around 5 months. We do market, but we're not marketing just for the sake of pumping a token. We're building a platform, an exchange, a DAO. There's so much to it that, we are actually different because we're building these things. There's other, I'm not saying no projects in the market build anything, but when it comes down to it, we're one of the few meme tokens that actually launched with a white paper that explained the things we were actually doing. What we were building. It's not just a fly-by-night meme. As much as we love the Pepe meme, and that's why we chose Pepe the Frog. On that question, sorry, we chose Pepe because he is a true symbol of freedom. He's the absolute anti-establishment figure in our current culture. And that's where, you look at this new PepeCoin, and, I hate dogging on our project, but it's a scam, dude. It's 100% a scam. The devs took $1 million out of liquidity on the first day. So, I look at that. I look at these things in the market. this thing, that's not anti-establishment. They are just robbing people. They're robbing people because it is a great meme. I mean, because Pepe is the greatest meme that has ever existed at this point, because, I mean, it's the ultimate in anti-establishment. I mean, it's one of those few cases in history when art truly, like, killed its creator in a way. I mean, Matt Fury, great on him for creating, his comic, but, like, Pepe the Frog transcended that character. Like, we look at the 2016 elections, we look at everything that fought through, between 2016 and now. Pepe has been just that ultimate sign of the clown world we live in. Sorry about the spur rant there, but I mean, it's, and then, I mean, we are partnered with the original PepeCoin. They were already, and this makes it even, they were already in the process of potentially, bridging to ETH and, becoming an ETH project and working with us, because we were carrying on their torch, doing what they set out to do in 2014 as the original Pepe token. So it's like, yeah, I mean, that's why Pepe, because there's a culture behind it of people who will not be governed by people who aren't worthy to govern them.
Could you send me an overview of the team / devs that gives a bit more of an overview? And I noticed a lot of fairly easy to fix issues with the website, just the logos at the bottom linking to the website, despite there now being a page, black text and black background, and issues with the, I presume, Flexbox. I get the page doesn't prioritize design, and it's somewhat on purpose, but it also seems like something fairly easily fixed. And the original PepeCoin project, I was not aware there was a third one.
Yeah, the original PepeCoin launched in 2014. It's an L1. They're currently bridging to ETH. I mean, they've been under the Memetic moniker for a couple of years because the exchanges and CMC actually would not keep it listed as PepeCoin for a long time out of fear of backlash from the ADL. But now that there's this new, PepeCoin, they listed them on CMC and CG quick because they, market maker support MEXC and all that stuff behind them. But no, the original PepeCoin is the OG. And then we created PepePal as, an exchange on Ethereum. And the PepeCoin was one of the first people we reached out to as we made our exchange on ETH because they were, the original Pepe crypto, the original meme coin. So yeah, that's the whole long story on that kind of, well, the long story short on it. But
why to play on PayPal?
Website, yeah, there's a number of small errors. I actually haven't looked at it in a while. I went on there a while back, and what created all those errors was we've been using Flues, which is a way to buy crypto with fiat. We had them listed on there, and for a while, MetaMask was showing it as a phishing scam because they had just started out. And so when we removed Flues, I probably messed up a couple of things on there and just didn't notice because I was removing it so quick. So our page didn't get, flagged by Brave and stuff like that. And then I never got a chance to go look back at it, because we have been doing so much in the last couple of months. But I will get on there today and clean it up, because they really are, just like you said, very simple fixes. It's just one of those things that we weren't expecting the market to kind of jump out. If you look, we stopped marketing for a bit. We had a developer on our team actually go missing, Brodacki, which was kind of our head marketing guy. And, nobody's heard from him since February. And that kind of sent us into just working on development stuff and trying to figure out what had happened to our buddy. But
oh, so the OG got removed and buried, and the new one, I see. That's wild.
Play on PayPal. I mean, we were doing Pepe and an exchange, and the whole idea is helping people onboard into DeFi, get into crypto. And PayPal's thing was, I mean, that's literally their logo is PayPal because you have to. And I mean, we're trying to build an exchange that breaks free of, actual fiat, breaks free of, that the dead dollar. So it's PepePal because you can. And I mean, it fits the market, it fits the meme, it fits what we're doing. It really is wild the way they shuttered the entire, if you look at the chart on the original Pepe, they were going so hard in 2014. I mean, because there were no other meme coins back then, and then all of the mainstream crypto just shut them down, pushed them out, and I mean they were doing everything right, which is disgusting. But that's how it goes. If you go against the grain, you're going to get shut down. But now, because there's so much market maker support behind that new Pepe token, it's kind of sickening how fast the establishment forgets about the meme that they hated. It's a big joke.
What is meant by no KYC most of the time? How will you protect the platform from hacks and the like? Any plans on how you will attract people completely new to crypto? How will you achieve low fees, especially in the face of high Ethereum gas costs? You refer to the First Amendment in your terms, presumably from the United States Constitution, but also place yourself under the jurisdiction of the fictional country Kyrgyzstan. In your privacy terms, you mentioned compliance. Is that in case a team member's identity is revealed/doxed, or are you actually planning to cooperate with certain jurisdictions and their agencies, such as the US and its SEC? Are there any measures to protect from pump and dumps? If I was, for example, buying 10K worth of PepePal right now and then sell shortly again right after, how would you prevent it, if at all?
So essentially, there's no KYC for projects that list on our platform with adequate liquidity. Our goal, though, is to be able to help or grow microcaps that have a place in the market. Projects that don't have that adequate initial starting lick can potentially obtain liquidity provisions through KYC and partnering with PepePal.
What's next for PepePal after listing on Friday? Perhaps silent development, promotions, and so on.
Protecting the platform from hacks, that's right now we're doing it through common sense measures. I mean, we heavily audit, we heavily test all the contracts we deploy. We have other teams also look at the contracts before we deploy them that we work with. As we get into the centralized exchange and things like that, we will be using industry standard security measures for anything we're doing, if not something more rigid, just because we have seen a number of centralized exchanges get hacked recently. One of them was Expatron. So that's why on our SEX development, it's taking much longer because it is much more security minded. Whereas, I mean, we are really strong on the solidity end. So, making sure that we're not making those errors where somebody could drain us, reentrancy, things like that. Those are things we look at before we even think about deploying. I mean, we've got friends that we try to bounty and see what they can find in our weaknesses. So it's, I mean, we're on that part, we're always vigilant, and it's something that we take very seriously. With our funds in DeFi, nothing's kept in, personal wallets. Everything goes into a vault that requires no less than 3 signatures to perform a transaction. That slows us down sometimes in marketing and things like that, but it's worth it. The peace of mind knowing that, everybody's money isn't going to disappear overnight. Because, I mean, a lot of us in this space, myself included, have experienced something like that at one point or another. Just last year, I had a personal wallet drained for, basically my life savings, so don't even like talking about it. But that's where, I mean, we've got GameFi. We're branching out heavily into GameFi. We're doing marketing campaigns in non-traditional crypto places. It's one of those things where everybody is starting to take notice. I mean, within the next 2 or 3 years, I doubt anybody will be completely new to crypto, just based on where CBDCs are on their way out. So it's, as long as we stay in here, we market out to catch the people that, fit our platform, which is really everybody, anybody that values, freedom, free speech, privacy, and memes, that they'll get into this. This is, if you look at it, it's a free market for people who value free markets. And that's what we're trying to maintain and preserve in building this platform.
What's the name of your parrots? I feel like I should have their names since they talk so much. They're adorable.
Privacy terms, we mentioned compliance. So, and we only mean compliance in the sense that if somebody were to victimize or rob our holders, that's our community, that's our people. We would, cooperate with law enforcement on that. The SEC, though, no, we have no desire to comply with the SEC on anything. It's an illegitimate government organization that has done nothing but rob the retail holders while propping up the establishments in TradFi. We don't need that kind of industry, that kind of regulation in this space. It's decentralized. There should be no centralized power, no centralized regulating body. All of our regulatory response should be through more decentralization, more people breaking away from that system and saying, hey, I want to self-regulate. And when you put it to people that that's an option, that they can say no to the establishment, and the more people you get that across to, that that barrel or that power may very well come from the barrel of a gun, but not when the masses are standing up against it. But yeah, we will cooperate with law enforcement sorry, I stuttered. When I say we'll cooperate, it's literally in that sense that we'll cooperate to the sense that it benefits the people in our community. But not as far as with SEC laws and things like that, we do not recognize the SEC as a lawful governing agency. So no, and that's why the exchanges we're listing with do not see the SEC as a lawful governing agency, or they just don't do business with it. So like P2B, they don't openly support U.S. citizens, whereas we are a decentralized project. We're not centralized. We have no business license. Anybody can buy PepePal, and anybody can trade it. Anybody can do what they please with it. They are their tokens to do it. Refer to the First Amendment. It's very well known that the First Amendment in the United States Constitution talks about granting our God-given right to free speech. Now, I don't believe any government agency or body has any right to grant you any of your God-given rights. Those are rights that are given you by God, no man on this earth. That might turn away some of our atheist friends, but who cares? They have their beliefs, we have ours. So referring to the First Amendment, that freedom of speech while, placing ourselves under the jurisdiction of the People's Republic of Kyrgyzstan, means that, we're just trying to get the point across a bit. If you look at, like I'd answered in the previous question, Kyrgyzstan, Pepe, all of that, is anti-establishment, more of an, ANCAP type mentality, freedom-minded people. That's what, Kyrgyzstan is a mass of people that cannot be governed. So that's anytime I'm referring to anything that's part of the establishment or compliance, I'm referring to it in the most common sense way, and not that I am, licking the boot of the system.
You say CBDCs are on their way out. What are your thoughts on the digital yuan?
There is going to be some development. I don't think we'll see so much silent development. We're going to have more releases, promotions, a lot of marketing going forward. I think especially on socials, we're going to be pushing Twitter a bit more, getting some more active people in Telegram. I believe, a strong active Telegram is one of those great tools for really building a DeFi community. Whereas our Telegram's not so much about just clicking the, spamming stickers and things like that. There's a lot of great discussion in there. There's great ideas for the way the project goes, because really the community has all the say in the things we do. Like, yes, I do act on behalf of the community quite a bit, but I never do it without, asking them, especially the louder members, taking their thoughts in mind on these things. They know that, right now the dev team is just like them. We're all working towards the same goals. So, I feel honored to just, have the people here to represent and being able to help them on the development of this. So, there won't be so much silent development. There's a lot of development coming down the pipeline. I think after Friday is when things really, get shook up around here. It's going to get a lot more fast-paced than it has been lately. They're Quaker parrots. It's Reggie and Waffles are their names. Yeah, the U.S. government's already doing a test run of their own CBDCs. The digital yuan, I think in the short term, it will possibly replace the U.S. dollar as a global reserve currency. And that's where I think as we see fiat currencies, dying very quick deaths in the near future, more and more people will see that the CBDCs are not an answer, but they're not for, the regular person anyways. They're an answer to government to have more control. And on the world level, those that live in, freedom-loving countries, ones where you do still have, somewhat of a choice and a voice, unlike, the People's Republic of China, there's going to be some pushback against the CBDCs. So I think the digital yuan will show, the people in, the freer countries of the world, that, CBDCs are not going to be an option for you if you value having some sovereignty or freedom over yourself.
Still waiting on the rest of the dev team to send me over their skills in a way that they would describe them.
Right, so I'll do the devs kind of one at a time, because they're all sending their information over sporadically.
Consider all of the replies hardened, but Telegram is bugging a bit with reactions right now.
PepePal is probably our most rounded full stack developer. He's skilled in top level in React, Angular, Vue, Sass, 3.js, Node, C#, PHP, SQL. He's got a good working understanding of Solidity, and he's actually more well-rounded than that. That's just, what he lists as his strongest suits. But he's got a good understanding of, software development in general, and then DeFi development now too. So yeah, for the most part, the community so far has just been on Telegram, Twitter, and 4chan. We do have a Discord, but it's never been active. I think there's 3 people in it.
By the time this video is up, the listing will be right around the door. Remember that we can still take part in the Twitter promotion, and don't forget to check the video description for details, links, and more, friends. Cheers.